What's good, y'all? So it looks like it's getting real. It's getting real. It's getting really, really real out here. It's getting really, really, really real in the field, man. Like I said, this is still kind of a rumor, but multiple sources have said it now. We heard from Ben Albright. We've heard from Jeff Howe or whatever his name is. So you just don't know who to believe. But I mean, if 2 + 2 = 4, man, and Donald Penn in his press conference about an hour ago said he wanted to start, and Rappaport reported that Donald Penn, one of the things that Donald said where he wanted to sign, he wanted to start at left tackle. So him being 36 in his career, Donald Penn's not just going to sign for no chump move or not, or something like that. That's just the kind of guy that Donald Penn is. Donald Penn got in multiple fights, and I'm not just saying that him fighting people means that he won't sit on the bench or come off the bench or be behind Trent. But Donald Penn is a guy who knows what he wants, and throughout this league, he's a three-time Pro Bowler. So Donald Penn, he wants to come here to start, man. And Donald Penn in the press conference, I don't know if you guys watched the press conference that he just had. Shout out to Pedro Smith for hitting me up, and J2Fast, Dill Mag on Instagram, all those guys. Shout out to them, man, for keeping me locked in. I did get the notification too, of course, and been on Twitter and looking at all the rumors and whatnot, all the tweets and stuff like that. But Donald Penn had a press conference. He said he talked to Trent for a little while, maybe like a 30-minute phone conversation before he signed, and Trent said, go ahead and sign. He had no problem with him signing. So, I mean, you want to believe what you want to believe or what you hear or whatever, but like I said, Donald Penn wants to start, man. And if Trent's here, Donald Penn's obviously not starting. So that's just what it looks like, man. That's what it looks like. Now, the rumor is, of course, that trade discussions have started. The Redskins have had trade discussions. They're saying the Patriots are a team that is interested, maybe the Broncos. Of course, the Texans are thrown in there, and of course the Vikings. And we know all Redskins fans want to somehow end up with Stephon Diggs. I would love that. I do not think we're going to end up with Stephon Diggs. That would just be a dream scenario. But for Trent, you got to look at the last two big names that were really traded. You got to look at Odell Beckham. I'm not saying Trent is still valuable as much as Odell Beckham is because Odell's young and whatnot. But what they got for Odell. So the Giants got what? They got Jabril Peppers. They got a first-round pick and a third-round pick. Can we get that for Trent? I don't think so. I don't even think we're going to get a first-round pick anymore. Then you look at Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown got traded to the Seahawks, and they got a cornerback, and they got a second-round pick for 1 year, and then a fifth-round pick for the following year. So if you look at it, Dwayne Brown, a Pro Bowl left tackle who was younger than Trent, got a second-round pick, a fifth-round pick, and a cornerback. So what we're going to get is probably going to be a pedestrian or middle-of-the-pack player or who's decent and probably like a third-round pick. That's probably what we're going to get. Or if you don't want the player, we should get at least 3 picks. We should at least get a second-round pick, a fifth-round pick, maybe throw us another fifth, maybe probably maybe get 1 second-round pick and 2 fifth-round picks. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking we're probably going to be able to get. Or a second and a fourth, or a second and a third, and they probably won't throw in a player. It is what it is, man. They're looking at Trent right now. Trent does not have a good track record for the last 2 years. And a lot of Redskins fans have said that. The reasons why y'all want to trade Trent anyway is because he's been suspended. He's missed multiple games over the past 2 to 3 years, and he's one drug suspension away, for being suspended for a whole year if he tests positive for another drug test. So if he gets another bad drug test, he's out for the whole year. And that's definitely a possibility. I wouldn't rule that out. I'm hoping Trent wouldn't do something silly like that and test positive for whatever. But if he tests positive again, he's done for a whole year. He'll be suspended for a whole year. Those are the rules of the NFL. So it's not looking good. The trade value is not looking good. We're not going to get back what we want. We're not going to get back what we want. Of course, we want a first-round pick or a good receiver like an A.J. Green, a Stephon Diggs, or the Browns. They said the Browns are looking as well. Of course, we want Jarvis Landry. Now, the Browns are not going to give us Jarvis Landry. They're just not going to do it. I would love for that to happen. Now, if we could just trade Trent straight up for Jarvis Landry, oh, man, oh, my gosh. I snap my finger and do that right now. I do that right now, for real. I do that right now. Now, looking in the future, of course, we're going to have to draft a left tackle. If this is true, we're going to have to draft left tackle. I'm not even going to talk about Bruce Allen too much or Dan Snyder. This is just disrespectful. This is just sad how everything has gone down. It shouldn't have even got to this point. For it to even get to this point, you got to look at those guys. You got to look at the medical staff. This should have never even gotten to this point. Like I said, I don't know what happened because I've never spoken with Trent, never spoken with Bruce Allen, never spoken with the medical staff. But from what everybody knows, he had a benign tumor on his head. And if he's mad about a medical staff, obviously they didn't treat him right or they didn't take care of him like they were supposed to. So this should have never even gotten to this point. For this to even get to this point, somebody needs to be fired. It is what somebody needs to be fired. Somebody has to be fired. For this to even make it this far to this point. Back in even March or February or April, whenever, I think it was April, June, May, or whatever month it was, minicamp. It was minicamp when they came up with the first holdout of minicamp. Whenever this happened, it should never even got to this point. So this has been going on for a while. This has been going on for a long time. You know, this is not like a money holdout. This is a medical staff holdout. So this is legit. This is serious. And I know a lot of Redskins fans, they want to trade Trent anyway. You know, I like I said, I don't want to trade Trent. If we can work something out, then I would keep him. But, you know, the money circumstances, he has 2 years left on his deal. And somebody else made a good point where if we trade Trent, then Ryan Kerrigan will probably be knocking on the door asking for more money as well. That would be unfair to Ryan Kerrigan. And I'm not saying Ryan Kerrigan is an all-pro like Trent, but Ryan Kerrigan is a darn good player, man. He's a darn good player. And if we're going to give big money to Trent, then Ryan Kerrigan, rightfully so, is just as deserving for a bigger contract because Ryan Kerrigan actually plays all 16 games, at least 14 games out of a 16 season. We can count on Ryan Kerrigan to play, and Ryan Kerrigan always ends up somehow with 13, 12 sacks. He really does. Ryan Kerrigan is the most underrated player in this league right now. He's the most underrated player. Nobody respects Ryan Kerrigan. Seriously, he's never mentioned in any. I don't even think he made the top 100 football player list. I don't even think he made it. Trent Williams was the only one from the Redskins to even make the list, and Ryan Kerrigan's not even on the list. It's just disrespectful. It's disrespectful to me, disrespectful to Ryan Kerrigan, disrespectful to the Redskins. Seriously. But, I mean, let me know what y'all think, man. I'm not going to go too much long on rent, man. I probably should go live or something, man. Probably. I probably need to do a live show for real and chop it up with y'all so we can just go back and forth in the comments and just talk about this, man, for real. Because we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk about this. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. But like I said, I mean, Donald Penn didn't come here to sit on the bench. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm hearing. I mean, he did say if Trent comes back, he'll be swing tackle or whatever, but he wants to start. He wants to play, man. Donald Penn wants to play. He's 36, and he wants to play. He doesn't want to come off the bench. He's not like the NBA where they like to come off the bench and ride on championship teams and come off the bench like a DeMarcus Cousins or a Tracy McGrady or, you know, guys trying to just get a ring by just sitting on the bench and whatnot. You know, he's not here for that. Donald Penn is trying to start, man. He's trying to start. And he knows this is an opportunity where he can start. Donald Penn could have signed with many other teams. There was at least 3 or 4 other teams that were looking at Donald Penn, for real. And he probably talked to Trent, and Trent was like, "Hey, I don't want to be here, man. I don't trust Bruce Allen. You know, this is possible. I don't know if this was really said or whatever, but this is just, man. I don't even know what to. It's crazy, man. But like I said, if we trade him, we got to move on, man. We got to move on. It is what it is. Yeah, we got to move on. We got to get picks, get bundle of picks. I'm hoping we can at least get a 2nd round pick. In a 4th, we can trade Trent to somebody, maybe the Patriots, and get a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick. That would be good to me. Maybe throw a player in there, a 2nd and a 4th, or, you know, a player, a 2nd and a 5th, or something like that. That would be pretty darn good to me. You can get great players in the 2nd and 5th round. You can get great players. It just depends on how you draft, man. It just depends on how you draft. So, but we at least got to get a 2nd round pick. I say that. At least get a 2nd round pick. Maybe the 2nd and a 5th. Let's do that. We can at least do that. And get some compensation or something like that. That would be a good, decent compensation. Because, like I said, Trent is stacked against us now. It's stacked against us. It's not looking good because, like I said, Trent tested positive for reefer. And then the injuries. And now he has the growth on his head. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. I'm telling you. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. So, let me know what y'all think. I want to hear y'all take on this. What kind of trade packages you think we could get for Trent? Or should we really just fire the medical staff or see what we can do to keep Trent? You know, I really want to keep Trent. I really do. I want to keep him on this team, but it's not looking too great right now. It's not looking too great. So, all right, y'all, man. Hail to them Skins. Hail to the Wizards. All right, y'all. Peace.